Hi students, good afternoon to all. I welcome you all in this fluid mechanics practical session. Today we are going to see the practical number 3, determination of metacentric height. Okay. So in previous practical session we have covered the practical on verification of Bernoulli's theorem, right? And today we are going to see the practical number 3, determination of metacentric height. So before performing actual practical, let us see some basic about this practical, theoretical concept about it, and then calculation part, how we are going to find out the metacentric height, right? I will explain you how we are going to do the perform the practical, and then we will actually perform the practical. Okay. So this is the title of our practical. Determination of metacentric height. Aim to determine the metacentric height of a given vessel. Okay, given vessel or given floating body. And this is the diagram which shows or explain what is metacenter and what is metacentric height. Okay. So first of all, we should know what is metacenter, and then we'll see what is metacentric height. Have you heard this term before? Metacenter and metacentric height? Anyone? Yes.
Yes.
Can anyone tell what is metacenter, what is metacentric height, if you know? Otherwise, I'm going to tell you. But if you know, then you can tell it. Yes, anyone? Okay, I will discuss here.
The point of intersection between imaginary line.
The point of intersection between
Imaginary line drawn vertical.
okay, I can say it's partially correct. We will discuss. See, any floating object, this metacenter and metacentric height, here we are talking about in concern with the floating object. Any floating object, when any object will float on the surface of liquid, when this object, floating object, has the specific gravity, let us say specific gravity of the object SO, it is less than the specific gravity of the liquid. Okay. कुठल्याही लिक्विड मध्ये आपण जर एखादा ऑब्जेक्ट ठेवला असेल, द चान्सेस ऑफ द ऑर द कंडिशन ऑफ floating of the object depends upon the specific gravity of that object. If the specific gravity of the object or the weight density, you can say, if it is less than that of the liquid in which that object is floating, then we can say that that object will float on the surface of the liquid. Okay, let us consider this as a wooden block which is floating on the surface of water. Okay, what is metacenter, what is metacentric height, then theoretical derivation, all these things we are going to see in details in the current unit which we are studying right now, that is unit number 2, fluid statics. Okay, this is a concept related to the fluid statics. There we are going to see in details about this. Here the basic required things that we are going to discuss. So whenever any object which is having density less than that of the liquid, for example water, okay, and this is the wooden block, this wooden block will float on the surface of water, and when we give some tilt to that wooden block, okay, what is going to happen, this wooden block, it will start to oscillate on the surface of liquid. Okay, टिल्ट जेव्हा आपण देतो याला, म्हणजे काय, सपोज ह्या दोन्ही एंड पैकी एका एंड वरती मी काय केलं, या ठिकाणी प्रेशर अप्लाय केला, याला दाबलं खाली मी, तर काय होईल, थोडासा टिल्ट होईल, बरोबर आहे, असा टिल्ट होईल, आणि टिल्ट झाल्यानंतर जर मी सोडला आहे, तर सोडल्यानंतर त्या ठिकाणी काय होतं, ऑसिलेशन क्रिएट होतात, म्हणजे हा पार्ट वरती जाईल, परत हा खाली जाईल, परत हा वरती येईल, परत हा खाली जाईल. ओके, जर तुम्हाला मोर क्लिअर सांगायचं म्हटलं तर सपोज दिस इज द कॅल्क्युलेटर. ओके, दिस इज अन फ्लोटिंग बॉडी. हा मी असा पाण्यामध्ये ठेवला असेल, ठीक आहे, लाईक दिस. आणि जर याच्या एका साईडला जर मी टिल्ट केलं, असं पाण्यामध्ये प्रेस केलं, तर काय होईल, हे सोडल्यानंतर दिस ऑब्जेक्ट इट विल tilt like this, it will oscillate like this in the water. Okay, त्याचं ऑसिलेशन आपल्याला असं टिल्टिंग पाहायला भेटतं पाण्यामध्ये. You might have done this thing at home or anywhere where there is a water in the well or in the lake, you might have seen. Okay, बकेटमध्ये पण आपल्याला एखादा छोटी ऑब्जेक्ट घ्यायचा, एखादा फ्लोटिंग ऑब्जेक्ट, त्याला आपण थोडा जर टिल्ट दिला तर ते त्या ठिकाणी काय व्हायला लागतं, ऑसिलेट व्हायला लागतं. ओके, इट विल ऑसिलेट लाईक दिस. And this object will oscillate about one point. Okay, एका पॉइंटच्या भोवती तो ऑसिलेट व्हायला लागतो, and that point is called as the metacenter. त्या पॉइंटला आपण काय म्हणतो, मेटासेंटर म्हणतो. ओके, जसं पेंडुलम सगळ्यांना माहित आहे. ओके, जे जुने क्लॉक असायचे त्याच्या आतमध्ये एक पेंडुलम असायचं, पाहिलं असेल तुम्ही घड्याळांमध्ये. ओके, ते कंटिन्युअसली इट ऑसिलेट्स अबाउट वन कॉमन पॉइंट, असं एक त्याला जोडलेलं असतं पेंडुलम, आणि हा कंटिन्युअसली असं ऑसिलेट करत असतो. सो दिस पॉइंट अबाउट विच सिमिलरली दिस शिप ऑल्सो ऑसिलेट अबाउट अ पॉइंट, ship or any floating object, when it's given tilt, it starts oscillating about a common point, and this point is called as the metacenter. So how we can define this metacenter? Metacenter is defined as the point about which a floating body start oscillating. Okay, that floating body, it start oscillating about this point when given a small angular tilt or angular displacement. That point is called as the metacenter. Okay, or in other words also we can define this metacenter as the point of intersection. So here you can imagine this definition on this side. This is the point of intersection, okay, of what? The point of intersection between the line of buoyancy or the line of action of the buoyant force. This force is called as the buoyant force, and the normal axis of the floating body. Floating body चा जो नॉर्मल ऍक्सिस आहे आणि buoyant force जो लाईन ऑफ ऍक्शन आहे, हे ज्या ठिकाणी क्रॉस होतात, मीट करतात, so that point is called as the metacenter. Okay, so this definition has been explained on the next slide, so that we'll see here. So let us see the definition here. First, metacenter, it is defined as the point about which the floating body start oscillating when the body is tilted by a small angle. Or it may also be defined as the point at which the line of action of buoyant force will meet the normal axis of the body when the body is given a small angular displacement. Okay, so that is called as the metacenter. Now what is metacentric height? मेटासेंट्रिक हाईट कशाला म्हणायचं, आपल्या टायटल मध्ये आपण म्हटलेलं आहे, काय म्हटलं आपण, फाइंडिंग द मेटासेंट्रिक हाईट ऑफ अ बॉडी. सो हियर इन द डायग्राम, here you can see it can be easily understood what is metacentric height from the diagram. So metacentric height is nothing but it is the distance between the metacenter and the center of gravity of a floating body. So this distance is called as the metacenter. त्याला आपण काय म्हणतो, मेटासेंटर, मेटासेंट्रिक हाईट. मेटासेंटर आणि सेंटर ऑफ ग्रॅव्हिटी ऑफ फ्लोटिंग बॉडी यातलं जे अंतर आहे, जे डिस्टन्स आहे, दिस डिस्टन्स इज कॉल्ड एज द मेटासेंट्रिक हाईट. So for the different floating objects, this metacentric height, it will be different. Okay, because some bodies are more heavier, or their center of gravity, it may be not fixed one. For example, some objects, they have the center of gravity here, some objects they may have the center of gravity here, some objects they may have the center of gravity here. So this value of the position of the center of gravity, it is not fixed one, and because of that the value of metacentric height, it may vary. Okay, also this metacenter, it is not fixed at a particular point, so because of that the metacentric height value, is not fixed one, it may vary. Okay. And what are the implications of this metacentric height? Why to measure the metacentric height of any object? So this is useful to determine the stability conditions of a floating body. एखादी फ्लोटिंग बॉडी जी पाण्यावरती फ्लोट करत असेल तर त्या फ्लोटिंग बॉडीची स्टॅबिलिटी कंडिशन काय आहे ते जर आपल्याला फाइंड आउट करायचं असेल तर आपल्याला मेटासेंट्रिक हाईट हे माहित पाहिजे किंवा त्याची पोझिशन माहित पाहिजे. ओके, व्हेन वी कॉल any floating object is in stable equilibrium, so the condition is that m is above z, means metacentric height is above the center of gravity of that object. जर हा मेटासेंटर जो आहे तो जर सेंटर ऑफ ग्रॅव्हिटी पेक्षा वरती असेल, सेंटर ऑफ ग्रॅव्हिटी हा खाली आहे, मेटासेंटर वरती आहे, in this situation we can say that the floating body is in stable equilibrium. Okay, तो बॉडी स्टेबल आहे आपण असं त्या ठिकाणी म्हणू शकतो. When we call the floating body is unstable equilibrium when the m is below z. ओके, म्हणजे हा m खाली पण जाऊ शकतो, या ठिकाणी असू शकतो. सेंटर ऑफ ग्रॅव्हिटी जो आहे तो वरती असेल खूप, ओके, आणि m खाली असेल, then we can say that body is in unstable equilibrium. मीन्स ते पाण्यामध्ये आपण एखादा ऑब्जेक्ट ठेवल्यानंतर लगेच तो काय होतो त्या ठिकाणी, इट मे टिल्ट डाऊन, वरती खाली त्या ठिकाणी त्याचे हे होऊ शकते पोझिशन. Okay, it is unstable equilibrium. And third is the neutral equilibrium, means m and z coincide. जो m आणि z आहे ते दोन्ही पण एकाच पोझिशनला असतील, then that equilibrium is called as the neutral equilibrium. Okay, so these are the three conditions. So ह्या स्टॅबिलिटी कंडिशन्स आहेत हे फाइंड आउट करण्यासाठी आपल्याला पोझिशन ऑफ मेटासेंटर अँड सेंटर ऑफ ग्रॅव्हिटी या दोन्ही आपल्याला माहित असणं गरजेचं आहे, किंवा मेटासेंट्रिक हाईट आपल्याला त्या ठिकाणी माहित असणं गरजेचं आहे. जर m हा g च्या खाली असेल at that time the metacentric height value will be negative. त्यावेळेस व्हॅल्यू निगेटिव्ह असेल. So from that negative value of metacentric height we can say that it is in unstable equilibrium. Experimental method of determination of metacentric height. ओके, हे सगळं आपण हे डिटेल मध्ये बघणार आहोत. हा ज्यावेळेस आपण थिअरीमध्ये पॉईंट शिकणार आहोत. वाय दिस m इज बिलो जी असेल तर ते अनस्टेबल इक्विलिब्रियम आहे, त्याला स्टेबल इक्विलिब्रियम काय म्हणायचं, m जर g च्या वरती असेल तर हे आपण डिटेल्स मध्ये आपण त्यावेळेस बघणार आहोत. सो इट इज नॉट राईट टाइम और वी कॅन से कंडिशन हिअर और द सिच्युएशन वेअर वी शुड गो फॉर द इन डिटेल्स स्टडी अबाउट दिस थिंग्स, because time restrictions are there. We have the 2 hours for the practical, so we cannot go in details, much more details about that, in depth about these conditions. Okay, in theory we are going to cover that. So right now here just understand or remember these things. This table, quite simple table is there. When we call the body is in stable equilibrium when m is above z, then unstable equilibrium when m is below z, and neutral equilibrium when m and z coincide. So this only you have to remember. Experimental determination of metacentric height. Okay, there are two methods to determine or to find out the metacentric height. One is the theoretical method or theoretical approach is there, and another formula is there, practical, or you can say experimental method. And these are the two different formulas to find out this metacentric height. Okay, so in our practical we are going to use this experimental method for the determination of metacentric height. So what we do in this experiment, we have one ship model, okay, which is floating on the water, and there we put the weight, unstable weight like this W1, and what we do, we put this weight at different location, for example at this point, and then we change the position of that weight somewhere here. Okay, there are two conditions we can measure this metacentric height. So the weight will be same, let us say 10 gram or something, and we change the position of that weight from here to here, from here to here. Okay, and then we determine the metacentric height. And the second method is that we fix the position आपण हे या ठिकाणी fix करतो, and we vary the weight. Here we put the 10 gram first, then we measure the how much tilt has been come there, then we put the 20 gram weight, then how much tilt has come, then we put the 30 gram, and then how much tilt has come, and in this way we take the 3-4 readings and find the metacentric height of that model. Okay, so let us see the basic derivation. So this derivation also we are going to see in again in theory part. So here also we'll cover rapidly to save the time. Let W, capital W is the weight of the vessels, including W1. Okay, so this is the weight of this vessel, or you can say floating object or a ship, including W1. Okay, here W1 चा include करून हे total जे weight आहे, it has been considered as a W. G is the center of gravity of the vessel. This is the position of center of gravity. B is the center of buoyancy of the vessel. So this is the center of buoyancy. What is buoyancy? It is the upthrust force. हे आपण theory मध्ये आपण बघणार आहोत detail मध्ये. Right now just understood. This is the center of buoyancy. B is nothing but it is the center of buoyancy. And when we put the weight, unbalanced weight like W1 here, at that time, what is going to happen because of the unbalance and equilibrium? The ship is going to tilt in this direction. ज्या डायरेक्शन मध्ये वेट असेल त्या डायरेक्शन मध्ये शिपचं त्या ठिकाणी टिल्टिंग होईल. सो हियर द शिप हॅज बीन टिल्टेड इन क्लॉकवाईज डायरेक्शन. जर आपण इकडे ठेवला तर ते अँटी क्लॉकवाईज डायरेक्शन मध्ये टिल्ट त्या ठिकाणी होईल. See, this is the explanation about how we derive the equation for finding the metacentric height. So here, instead of going in much details about this derivation part, we will see here, we will note down this equation. GM, how to find out this GM? G is nothing but it is the center of gravity, M is the metacenter, and the GM is nothing but it is the distance between the metacenter and the center of gravity. So this is nothing but it is the center of metacentric height. So it has been given by the equation GM is equal to W1. W1 is the unbalanced weight which we have put there on the ship model or that vessel. आपण weight त्याच्यावरती attach करतो unbalanced weight, that is nothing but W1. What is X? X is nothing but it is the distance from the center of the ship, distance of that particular unbalanced weight W1 from the center of ship, and that distance is called as the X. And capital W is nothing but it is the total weight of the ship including the weight W1. And what is tan theta? Tan theta is nothing but it is the angle of tilt. किती त्या ठिकाणी tilt झालेला आहे, that tilt is called as the this angle theta. Okay, so there is one arrangement there to measurement of the angle. So there we measure the angle and put in this equation, and directly you will get the metacentric height value. Okay, by this formula. This is the experimental setup for this practical, this experiment. This is the tank, okay, made up of the MS material, MS sheet, okay, or GI sheet. In this tank, we fill this tank with the water, and above that, in that water, we put the ship, okay. And here you can see these are the weights. So depending upon the manufacturer, the arrangement may be different for measurement of the metacentric height. Okay, so in this particular experiment, they have made the arrangement like this, and here you can measure the angle of tilt. Okay, जर ही ship tilt झाली तर हा pointer या ठिकाणी, this pointer always points toward the upward direction, or you can say in the normal direction. But when the ship will tilt at the time, this scale also it will get tilted, and this pointer will remain in normal direction only, because this pointer is attached with some weight, and we know that this weight always acts in downward direction toward the center of Earth, and because of that, this pointer will always points toward the upward direction, okay, truly vertical direction. And this scale will change there, and you can measure the angle, the pointer where it is pointing, that angle you can measure, and you can put this value in the that experiment, that formula. Okay, what are the observations that we are going to do here? Observation table, that things you have to note down in your notebook. Okay, write down their title, observation. Have written the title of the practical. If you have not written, you can note it down. Write down there practical number 3, then title, determination of metacentric height, then write down the aim to determine the metacentric height of a given vessel. Do it fast. Now directly you note down this formula, or formula will come ahead. Write down this observations. Write down the title, observations. There, write down first area of the tank. So whatever the that experimental setup is there in our laboratory, there we have the tank of the size 0.8 meter by 0.8 meter. These are the dimensions of the tank which is available in our lab. So it is square in shape like this, and it has in top view you can see its measurement as 8 meter by 0.8 meter. Okay, so if we multiply this, you will get the area of the tank as a 0.64 meter square. Then when we put that ship model, whatever the ship model is there in our lab, when we put that ship model in that tank, okay, we put this above the water surface, पाणी आपण याच्यामध्ये भरणार आहोत त्या टँक मध्ये, आणि पाण्याच्या लेवलवरती ज्यावेळेस आपण हा शिप टँक जो शिपचा जो मॉडेल आहे, when we put that model above the surface of the water, at that time what is going to happen, you will observe the rise of water level in the tank by this much meter, that is 0.011 meter. In millimeter if you convert, it will be 11 millimeter. Okay, are you getting what I am saying? See, this tank, जर आपण हा टँक समोरून बघितला तर तुम्हाला अशा टाइपचा टँक दिसेल. It will have some height also, right? And this tank will be attached. This tank is attached with a piezometric tube. एक ट्यूब ह्या टँकला त्या ठिकाणी अटॅच केलेली आहे. In this tube, piezometric tube, you can observe the level of water. टँकच्या आतमध्ये जे पाण्याची लेवल आहे तीच लेवल आपल्याला या ठिकाणी त्या पिझोमेट्रीच्या याच्यामध्ये दिसते. जसं आपण याच्यामध्ये मागच्या प्रॅक्टिकल मध्ये आपण पाहिलेलं आहे. In a collecting tank or measuring tank, to measure the discharge, we have attached, we have seen that there is a attachment of a piezometric tube to see the rise in water level or change in the water level inside the tank. Similarly, to this tank, there is one piezometric tube, transparent tube is there, through which we can measure the levels of water in the tank. So initially, before putting this pontoon or the vessel inside the water, so we observe the water level. Okay, the water level may be somewhere here. So we denote it by x1 liter. And when we put that ship model inside this tank, then what is going to happen? The water level, it will rise up to this level, and this rise is nothing but it is x2 level. Okay, हे दोन्ही आपण मेजरमेंट त्या ठिकाणी करतो, and x2 मधून आपण ज्यावेळेस x1 मायनस करतो त्यावेळेस आपल्याला काय भेटतं? We get the rise in the water level. हे टँक हे शिप मॉडेल ठेवल्यानंतर पाण्यामध्ये किती राईज झाला आपल्याला या ठिकाणी पाहायला भेटतं. ओके, so from why we are going to measure this thing, height of this water. Here, with the help of this data, we can measure what is the weight of the ship model. ह्या शिप मॉडेलचं जो वेट आहे ते वेट आपल्याला त्या ठिकाणी कॅल्क्युलेट करता येतं. ठीक आहे, विदाउट पुटिंग दिस शिप मॉडेल ऑन द वेइंग बॅलन्स. ओके, दोन पद्धतीने तुम्हाला हे करता येऊ शकतं. एक तर जो वेट बॅलन्स आपल्याकडे असतो त्या वेट बॅलन्स वरती हे डायरेक्टली ठेवल्यानंतर तुम्हाला त्याचं वेट भेटून जाईल. ऑर दिस इज अनदर अल्टरनेट मेथड to find out the weight of the ship model. Okay, how we can find out the weight of the ship model? We know that weight of the object is nothing but weight density of the object is nothing but it is the weight of the object divided by volume. Okay, volume of the object. So here weight of the object will be equal to weight density multiplied by volume, right? So how we are going to determine the weight of the ship model? When we put the ship model inside the water, what is going to happen? जेवढं ह्या शिपचं वेट आहे तेवढाच ह्याच्यावरती बॉइंट फोर्स खालून ऍक्ट होतो. ओके, तेवढ्याच वेटचं बॉइंट फोर्स काय होत असतो खालून वरती ऍक्ट होतो. नाउ दिस शिप मॉडेल इज फ्लोटिंग ऑन द वॉटर सरफेस. व्हॉट डज इट मीन? इट इज फ्लोटिंग मीन्स इट डज इट मीन दॅट जेवढं वेट आहे तेवढाच फोर्स त्या ठिकाणी खालून वरती लागत आहे, किंवा ह्या शिपनं जेवढं पाणी त्या ठिकाणी रिप्लेस केलेलं आहे. ओके, हे शिप आपण ज्यावेळेस ठेवलं त्यावेळेस काय झालं, याची पाण्याची लेवल वरती वाढली, बरोबर आहे. म्हणजेच काय झालं, तेवढं व्हॉल्यूमचं पाणी हे डिस्प्लेस केलं ह्या शिपनी. ओके, आणि तेवढा वेट हा त्याच्यावरती खालून वरती लागतोय. मग हे जे डिस्प्लेस केलेलं पाणी आहे त्या पाण्याचं जेवढं वेट आहे तेवढंच वेट ह्या शिपचं त्या ठिकाणी असणार आहे. मग हे डिस्प्लेस झालेल्या पाण्याचं वेट कसं काढणार आपण? तर काय करणार आपण, हा जो क्रॉस सेक्शन एरिया आहे, this cross section area multiplied by दिस हाईट, जेवढं पाणी डिस्प्लेस त्या ठिकाणी झालेलं आहे, पाण्याचं त्या ठिकाणी लेवल वाढलेली आहे, त्या हाईटनं जर आपण मल्टिप्लाय केलं तर आपल्याला त्या ठिकाणी काय भेटतं, वी विल गेट द व्हॉल्यूम ऑफ वॉटर डिस्प्लेस. ओके, आपल्याला त्या ठिकाणी काय भेटून जाईल, त्या शिपने किती पाण्याचा व्हॉल्यूम डिस्प्लेस केलेला आहे हे आपल्याला त्या ठिकाणी भेटेल. आणि मग वेट ऑफ वॉटर डिस्प्लेस जर आपल्याला काढायचं असेल तर काय करावं लागेल, त्या व्हॉल्यूमला आपल्याला वेट डेन्सिटी ऑफ वॉटरने मल्टिप्लाय करावं लागेल. राईट, मीन्स 9810 ने आपल्याला काय करावं लागेल, त्या व्हॉल्यूमला आपल्याला मल्टिप्लाय करावं लागेल. ठीक आहे. मग हे आपण ज्यावेळेस त्याच्या व्हॉल्यूमने मल्टिप्लाय करतो त्यावेळेस आपल्याला काय भेटतं, वेट ऑफ द वॉटर डिस्प्लेस. अँड दिस वेट ऑफ द वॉटर डिस्प्लेस इज नथिंग बट it is the buoyant force acting in upward direction, or it is nothing but it is the weight of the ship model. Okay, now if you take your calculator, okay, and find out the volume of water displaced, already on the screen you have written there, you can see there the area of the measuring tank is 0.68, and if you multiply it by the rise in water level 0.011, you will get the volume of water displaced, right? And when we multiply this volume of water displaced by 9810, you will get there the what I can say, weight of the water displaced. Okay, so it has come in Newton. Now we want that in kg. What we have to do it here, we have to divide it by 9.81. Okay, when we divide this value by 9.81, you will get weight in kg. So you will get this value 7.04 kg weight of the pontoon. हे सगळं हे आपण जे करणार आहोत ते कशासाठी करणार आहोत, हे वेट काढण्यासाठी करणार आहोत. Or directly you can take the pontoon, put that pontoon on the weighing balance, and there also you can get the weight of the pontoon. Okay, now the calculation part. Weight of the pontoon, WP is equal to weight of the water displaced. Now here you directly write down this calculation of the metacentric height. Okay, ह्याचे calculation त्या ठिकाणी लिहून घ्या, याचा फॉर्म्युला लिहून घ्या. First of all, write down the formula. Gm is equal to Wm into x, and then divided by Wm plus Wp into tan theta. The meaning of all these terms have been given here. Just note it down, write down this formula, then I will discuss you what are the things there. So after writing these calculations here, yeah, I wanted to explain this thing to you. So same formula is there, whatever the formula we have seen here, this W1 x upon W tan theta, right? Here instead of W1 we have written here Wm. Okay, Wm is nothing but it is unbalanced weight, which we are going to put that weight on the ship model. Then x is nothing but it is the distance of that unbalanced weight from the center of the ship, right? And then Wm is again the weight of that pontoon, or the weight of the unbalanced weight, and Wp is nothing but it is the weight of the pontoon in kg. Theta is the angle of tilt that we will measure on that ship model. And then next is the observation table, or the table for the metacentric height. Prepare this table of the 5 columns are there, and 5 rows. Prepare the table of the 5 rows and 5 columns in your notebook. In first column serial number, second column unbalanced weight Wm in kg. Then in third column distance of unbalanced weight from the center x. Then column number 4 angle of tilt theta, it is measured in degree. And last column metacentric height in meter. Wait fast. Is it over? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So after finding this metacentric height here, conclusion, last part comes the conclusion. conclusion, you can write here, metacentric height of the vessel is vessel or pontoon. These are the same synonym you can consider. Floating vessel is gm is equal to dash dash meter. Means where that center of that metacenter is located, that metacenter will be located at a point, okay, at this much distance from the center of gravity. First of all, to find out that metacenter, you should find out the position of center of gravity on that vessel. After finding the center of gravity, then from that point in a vertical direction, you can say that this much distance will be the position of metacenter, right? So what we do here in this experiment, so first of all we will put some weight here, then we measure the tilt. एक 100 ग्रॅम वेट असेल फॉर एक्झाम्पल, 100 ग्रॅम वेट साठी किती टिल्ट आलेला आहे तो आपण ह्या टेबल मध्ये व्हॅल्यू त्या ठिकाणी मांडणार. ओके, अनबॅलन्स वेट 100 ग्रॅम, ते ग्रॅम्स आपल्याला केजी मध्ये करायचं आहे, 0.1 केजी मध्ये येईल ते. तर 0.1 केजी या वेट साठी किती डिस्टन्स, हा डिस्टन्स आपला या ठिकाणी आपला जो लॅब मध्ये मॉडेल आहे, इन दॅट मॉडेल द डिस्टन्स इज फिक्स 1. फक्त आपण या वेट मध्ये आपण बदल करणार आहोत. सो जे डिस्टन्स आहे ते डिस्टन्स आपल्या या ठिकाणी फिक्स असेल, दॅट व्हॅल्यू will be fixed. You have to put it here, and then after changing this weight 100 ग्रॅम पर 200 ग्रॅम 300 ग्रॅम, या ठिकाणी अँगल मध्ये किती बदल झाला, तो अँगलचा जो चेंज आहे तो बदल या ठिकाणी आपल्याला नोट डाउन करायचा आहे. and then putting these values in this equation we can find out the metacentric height. So this is a very simple practical we are going to perform. Okay, so this was the explanation regarding this practical experiment, that is determination of metacentric height. Okay, now we are going to perform this practical, actual practical. This setup is there in the concrete technology lab, so I have to shift there to explain or to show you the demo of this practical. Okay, so I will start this thing on my mobile, and simultaneously right now I will take your attendance also, because afterwards I may not be in a position to.
Recording in progress.
Okay, I have taken your attendance. I will stop this recording here because I have to move there. Okay.